Imagine you knowing about the law of attraction or the magnificent secret, when you were kids. How different, how magical your life would have been today, and what all the struggles that you're going through today, the problems you're facing because of having to replace your subconscious mind's negativities with the real possible positivities, that has been and is a challenge for most of you. And you are following groups or coaching or attending workshops just to learn this. Now imagine, had this been taught to you when you were a kid and it came naturally to you. Wouldn't it have been magnificent? Wouldn't it have been a very life-changing experience for all of you? Yes, the secret shouldn't be kept a secret from the children. Understand, children are born manifestors. They're born with the power of desiring, of asking. We take time. We take time to frame words around our desires. We use our thoughts on trying to manifest our desires, because consciously we might be manifesting something, but subconsciously, which is 90% of our brain, we try to justify our wants, which kids don't. So it's very easy. Kids are born with the natural ability to manifest and to trust. Trust is another factor which we as adults, we find it difficult because our logical brain is always in conflict with our trust or our faith. And we keep trying to prove it to ourselves. If not to others, we try to prove it to ourselves. Kids don't have that. Kids trust you. Kids have faith. They have trust in things like the tooth fairy, the Santa Claus, and so many other things. I mean, as adults, it would be difficult if I told you today that Santa is going to visit your house on the Christmas Eve. You will not believe it. You will think it's some person, but kids will believe it. So kids are born manifestors. Kids are born with trust and faith. It's our journey. It's us as adults who kill it. It's us as adults who frame it, and we make, those magnificent human beings. Human beings are born with their full potential and power when they are born. It's us, the other fellow humans, who train them, who make them to think, in our so-called reality, and bring them up in a scarcity mindset, in a mediocre mindset. Now, how do you get rid of that? If you have kids at home, please start doing that. Let them be the magnificent go-getters in their life. Now, how do you do that? First of all, teach your kids to be grateful for whatever they have. So, get this habit in them of being grateful, of feeling thankful for whatever they receive or have. It is very important. I know a lot of parents teach, and also schools teach it, that to say thank you after they receive everything. And yes, it is an important practice. It's not only about saying thank you. Teach your kids to mean the thank you. It shouldn't be your kids growing up with the concept of that they have to just say thank you because somebody gave them something. No. Let them feel thankful. Let them feel grateful for everything they have. So the thank you should not be only for a chocolate or a book or a gift. It should also be to the people serving at your home, to the caregivers, to the shopkeeper, to everybody, So let your kids be thankful for the food they receive. Let your kids be thankful for the books they have, the color pencils they have. Because tell them this thing. Tell them this, that, the more thankful you are, universe gives you back more of that. So if you enjoy your apple, be thankful for that apple and more apples will flow in. So that is what I mean by inculcating the habit of gratitude in your kids. So that is step number 1. Step number 2, let them desire. Yes, most parents, we have this habit that when the kid asks for something, kids are natural, they're born to ask. They will ask because that's their natural curiosity. They want everything. And I'm sure those who have kids at home, you can relate that every week make a list of the things they have asked for. It can be anything. It can be a chocolate from the candy store to anything. They keep asking. They're never satisfied. And that is the natural ability. How do you handle that? At the same time, let that habit be there in them. Let them have the habit of dreaming, asking, desiring. How do you do that? Next time your kid asks you anything, asks for anything, let's say in a mall, you are in a mall and asks for a teddy bear or a chocolate or even a pack of gums, just ask them, and why do you want that? Let them answer, and I'm sure 90% of the time they will not have a logical reason and they will not have an answer, so they will not ask. So ask them, take that time out, ask them that yes, you have a very good desire, you have a very interesting desire, you have a very interesting want, but I would like to know, why do you want that? Let them come up with the answer. But you do not step into their way of their desire. They shouldn't grow up feeling that they could have had a lot in their life. It was you who stopped it. And do not overgive for the feeling of guilt that because you are not able to give time to your kids, so you are sufficing that with stuff. So that will bring up or raise pampered kids. So either ways is not right. Just ask them, why do you want that? And let them hear them out. It's fun, hear them out. And once they've said that, then appreciate it. Don't say, no, that's stupid, or how ridiculous, or don't ask for such things. It's very costly. Don't say all that. Most parents give this kind of response. And this is where you're killing the desire. Gradually, your kid will lose the habit of desiring things they want in their life. Because of the resistance from you. Because that is when they are facing and learning resistance. They are not learning to trust. So, ask them and then tell them that yes, that's a very good choice you have there. But now how do you, get out of that situation where then you will tell me that, okay, now Nilanjana, I've told them that's a good choice and I've told them this. Now they want that. What do I do? Now, yes, what do? You keep yourself neutral. But at the same time, not immediately going out and splurging to it. Tell them that, yes, if it's a good, if your choice is excellent, your choice is interesting, and if you really want it, life is a magic. There is something called magic of your mind. Your thoughts, your power, your thoughts are magic. So use your magic thought. Think about it. Come up with something and maybe you see the magic unfold. That thing, you dream that thing into your life. Let me see how you can use your thoughts, your magic to get that thing that you want. Put it on them. Let them, even if they're asking for a ball, a doll, a cycle, whatever, tell them it's a very important, it's a very nice desire you have. But, why don't you use the magic of your brain and see how that thing comes to you and when that thing comes to you. You never know. Kids are born inquisitive. That way you do not have to buy it at that time, but at the same time you're not cutting their desire. And third thing, teach them visualization. How? Like I just told you, your thoughts are like magic. Whatever you want in life, you will get them. But again, they have to be in your thoughts first. Everything in the world comes to you if you think about them, if you dream about them, if you think about them properly. So that is how you teach them visualization. Tell them to close their eyes and to imagine what they want. It can be a bike or a ball they ask for. So tell them, imagine you with the ball. Close your eyes and feel it in your hand. There's your hand and here's your ball. Imagine how, and your thoughts are magical. All the God or universe will bring it for you. But you have to do the magic correctly. So you have to think correctly. That is how you teach them visualization. So 3 very small basic steps. Ask them, teach them to be grateful. Tell them that their thoughts have power to bring what they want in their life. So their thoughts have powers. To ask them, encourage them to think and encourage them to desire for something without giving them. It's not that you have to give them then and there. Reason with them, talk to them, ask them why they want it. And once they tell you why they want it, then tell them, if you find that's a good thing, then tell them that yes, that's a very interesting choice you have. Why don't you use the power of or magic of your thought to get it? Let's see when you get it and how you get it. So that way you're removing all doubts, resistance from his or her, the child's desire. And the fourth and the very important thing, sometimes children come back home complaining. They are in off mood and they're complaining. They're complaining about their companions, their teacher, the school, or anything. Hear them out. But at the same time, don't grow that habit in them that just because it's my child, whatever she's saying is correct and the entire world is wrong. This is a very wrong thing we have. We keep saying to ourselves, oh, they're just kids. They are human beings. So as you teach them, and kid means their mind is like a sponge. Whatever you're putting in is getting created. That's creating the subconscious mind. So you don't want them to grow up at a later stage and having to go through the entire cycle of removing what's there, or removing the resistance of the subconscious mind and trying to build a healthy subconscious thoughts and patterns, So that is why if the child comes and complains ever, if your child complains about anything, something happened in the playground, something with the friends, something with the teachers, tell them or ask them, so what is it that you want? And they will tell you that this is not what I want. This is what I wanted. So when they tell you that, then say, well, your thoughts have magic. So why don't you think about the things that you want and stop thinking about the things that you do not want? Okay? So that way you are actually teaching your child to focus on things they want and not on what they do not want. So you don't want your child to grow up looking at all the negative aspects of everybody around. You don't want them to do that. You want them to grow up as positive human beings, beautiful, magnificent, powerful human beings. So teach them that. Teach them that you don't need to worry about what is wrong or who is wrong or whether the teacher is wrong or whether the student or whether your friends are wrong or whether the playground was wrong or whether you fell. Do not, please. Instead, tell them you cannot change them. Tell them that, your thoughts have magic. Why don't you think about the things you love and the things you want? And let's talk about the things you love and want instead of talking of what you don't want, because universe has a magic. Whatever you think comes back to you. So stop thinking about those things. They are going to come back to you. That is how you teach them the law of attraction. And another thing, if your child ever makes a mistake and comes back and tells you that this is what they've done, or you catch them making a mistake, do not rebuke them. Most parents take this habit of rebuking or, even going physical with them or grounding them. Do not. Tell them it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make a few mistakes in the exam. It's okay to make a few mistakes in their homeworks, because making a mistake, we all make mistakes, and tell them that even you make a mistake, everybody makes a mistake, and there's nothing to be ashamed of, because making a mistake is a proof that they're learning or they're doing something. So making a mistake is a part of getting things correct the next time. So this is as important, like a little spice in your food. If your food is all sweet, you will not like it. You would like a little spice. Or imagine you go to a movie, and if the movie starts with all good things and then continues with all goody stuff and then ends with all goody stuff, then it's not a movie, right? You will not enjoy it. So every movie has this theme. It starts good and then it goes into a problem. Then it overcomes the problem and then you feel that happiness after that So teach the same thing to your child, that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay. And so focusing on the things they want, visualizing what they want, because teach them their thoughts are magical. Their thoughts have the power. And they can think whatever they want. It is the power of their thoughts. So teach them to think positively. Not to think about what they do not want. Not to focus on other people's fault, or not to focus on criticizing other people. So teach them that to be grateful, and that their thoughts have power, that their thoughts are magical, and whatever they want, they should think about it properly, and they never know when the universe is listening and will bring it to them. So if they are getting something, it is because they have done the magic right. And if they haven't got it yet, that means there's something wrong in their magic. They need to focus more on that magic and to feel it more. That way, you're not stopping their desires. You're not stopping the positivity in them, and channeling their focus on things which are positive and not things which are negative. And at the same time, you are giving them that confidence to go out and do new things without fearing that what if they make a mistake. Because growing till adulthood, they will make n number of mistakes. And if that's the time, and if you rebuke them, if you distance them, if you, like we do, if you punish them, you are either, in the subconscious mind, they're losing confidence on themselves, or they will keep thinking of the mistakes. So next time, whatever they do, they'll end up making even bigger mistakes. Don't do that. So let the law of attraction work like magic on your kids. And yes, you can start doing that when your child is about 3, 4, 5. So the younger, the better. You can always start teaching them the law of attraction and see them grow into magnificent human beings. So this is all for today, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. And as promised, today I brought it for the kids only. So parents, please do follow it. Please, it's not only about you. Teach your kids how to grow and how to use the law of attraction and become magnificent. I'll see you guys again tomorrow with yet another interesting topic and yet another interesting video. Till then, this is Nilanjana saying bye from the Visual Manifestation. Have a great evening.